Welcome back, everyone. World Baseball News for the week of July 18th. Last week we had the All-Star Game in Korea, the end of the first half in Taiwan, the regular season in Mexico entered its final month, playoffs began in Germany, first stage of the postseason ended in the Czech Republic, and champion was crowned at Haarlem Baseball Week in the Netherlands. First, a little WBC news. Team Israel manager Ian Kinsler confirmed on Sunday that Pederson will play for Israel in the 2023 WBC. Pederson is a 2022 All-Star with the San Francisco Giants. He's hit 17 home runs in the first half of the season. Pederson is Jewish by birth and therefore eligible to play for Israel, which he's already done once before, in the 2013 WBC qualifier before reaching the big league level in 2014. Israel fielded a competitive team for the 2017 WBC that finished 6th in the final standings, with a roster full of Jewish Americans. They'll need all the help they can get this time. Their group for the opening round includes Venezuela, Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico. In Japan, there were big changes to the standings in Central League where 4 teams are battling for second place. Meanwhile, in Pacific League, 5 teams are all within 5 games of the top spot. Every game in NPB is an important one. New pitcher on the way for the Bay Stars, Robert Gazelman, a 28-year-old right-hander who played for the Chicago Cubs this season, where he had a .470 ERA in 8 appearances. He had spent the past 6 seasons with the New York Mets. We started the week in Central League with the Swallows holding a huge lead over the second-place Giants. They had just had a number of positive COVID tests, a couple postponed games, and that continued on Tuesday. Their game with the Dragons was called off. Giants gained a half game by blanking the Tigers 4-0. Bay Stars moved into a tie for third with a 7-4 win over the Carp. The week in Pacific League began with the Hawks holding a 1-game lead over the new second-place team, the Cebu Lions. Both teams were 4-2 losers on Tuesday. Lions fell to the Marines, Hawks to the Buffaloes. 22-year-old Giants pitcher Shosei Togo got his first shutout of the year and improved to 9-3. Hiroki Mine homered and batted in 4 runs on 3 hits in the Bay Stars win. Wednesday, Swallows were beaten in their return to action 6-3 by the Dragons. Tigers destroyed the Giants 13-0. Carp over Bay Stars 4-1. Fighters over the Eagles in Shizuoka 3-2. Lions shut out the Marines 3-0. And the Hawks were 4-2 winners over the Buffaloes. The day's top pitcher was Yuki Nishi. He tossed 8 scoreless in the Tigers' win. Thursday, Dragons over the Swallows 4-1. Tigers with another shutout 3-0 over the Giants to win the series. Bay Stars 4-3 over the Carp for the series win and once again claiming third place. Fighters blanked the Eagles 6-0 for a 2-game sweep. Lions 2-1 over the Marines. Buffaloes 3-2 over the Hawks, putting the Lions and Hawks in a tie atop Pacific League. Catcher Takuya Kinoshita homered and drove in all 4 Dragons runs. Masashi Ito struck out 9 batters in a complete game shutout for the Tigers. Takayuki Kato threw 7 scoreless in the Fighters' win. Friday, Central League only. Carp and Giants were tied at 2 after 9. In the 11th, Carp outscored the Giants 4-1 to take this one 6-3. Another postponed game for the Swallows, this time because of rain. Tigers held on for a 2-1 win over the Dragons. After Friday's game, there was a 3-way tie for third. Tigers, Carp, and Bay Stars were all a half game behind the second-place Giants. Yoshitaka Isomura hit an 11th-inning grand slam to put the Carp ahead for good. Shogo Akiyama also homered in the Carp win, his first homer since returning to NPB. And another quality start for Koyo Aoyagi as he improved to 10-1 for the season. Saturday, Carp scored 9 runs in the third and cruised to an 11-4 win over the Giants to take over second place. Bay Stars 3-2 over the Swallows on a walk-off double from Keita Sano. Dragons got a 2-run homer from Ryosuke Hirata in the top of the 11th to get past the Tigers 3-1. Fighters over the Lions 1-0. Eagles beat the Buffaloes 7-3, and the Marines-Hawks game was rained out. Now Yuki Uwasawa threw 7 1/3 scoreless to lead the Fighters to their 7th straight win. But then came some bad news. Uwasawa was diagnosed with a fractured middle toe and is expected to be out for 8 weeks. Ryan McBroom hit a grand slam, his 12th home run of the season, in the Carp win. Sunday, Carp 10-5 over the Giants for a 3-game sweep. Tigers got past the Dragons 3-1 to take the series. Swallows lost their 5th game in a row 10-2 to the Bay Stars. Lions over the Fighters 4-3, snapping the Fighters' 7-game win streak. Buffaloes topped the Eagles 7-3, and the Hawks got by the Marines in extra innings 5-3. Grand slam for Shota Dobayashi. The Carp got a grand slam in each of their 3 wins over the Giants. And Masayuki Kuwahara was a triple shy of the cycle in the Bay Stars win. Marines outfielder Takashi Ogino reached 250 career stolen bases, putting him at number 48 on the all-time NPB steals list. Central League standings as of Sunday night. There's some games that are just ending now that are not included here, so the standings will look a little different by the time you see this. Swallows have had a rough couple of weeks, but in no danger of losing their place anytime soon. They've got an 11.5 game lead. Carp are the new second-place team after their sweep of the Giants. Bay Stars are right there with them. Tigers are only a 1 game behind those two. Giants, in 2 days' time, fell from 2nd to 5th, the lowest they've been all season. Still close, but they've been looking really bad lately. In fact, they haven't looked like a postseason team since the first month of the season. But at least they're not the Dragons. Not yet, anyway. Pacific League standings, the Hawks' 10-inning win on Sunday prevented the Lions from taking over the top spot. They trailed the Hawks by only a half game. The Eagles are now 3.5 back. They were in first a couple weeks ago. And they better look out, the Buffaloes and Marines are only a game and a half behind them. Fighters, despite the win streak, just have too much ground to make up. This week in NPB, Monday was the Marine Day holiday, so they had a full schedule of games. In Central League, Giants at Swallows, Bay Stars at Dragons, and Tigers at Carp. In Pacific League, the 3 series continued from the weekend. Lions at Fighters, Buffaloes at Eagles, and Hawks at Marines. Tuesday, Central League matchups are the same, Pacific League changes. Lions at Marines and Fighters at Buffaloes. Wednesday, all the same, plus Eagles at Hawks. Thursday, Pacific League only, the end of those 3 series. On the weekend, Carp at Swallows, Giants at Dragons, Bay Stars at Tigers, Eagles at Lions, Hawks at Buffaloes, and Marines at Fighters. That one is Saturday and Sunday only. All-Star Week in the KBO, but that wasn't until the weekend. One more series had to be played, including one between the top 2 teams, separated by only 2.5 games. Tuesday, Giants over the Eagles 3-2. Tigers over the Twins 7-1. That snapped a 7-game win streak for the Twins. Bears beat the Dinos in 11 innings, 11-7. Wiz got past the Lions 4-3. And the Heroes' hope of sweeping the Landers and taking over the top spot at the All-Star break were dashed when they fell to the Landers 7-3. Tigers All-Star pitcher Hyun Jong-young improved to 8-4, going 6 scoreless with only 3 hits allowed. Jae Hwan Kim batted in 4 runs on 3 hits for the Bears. Wednesday, only 2 games played, the rest were rained out. Giants beat the Eagles again 2-0, and the Dinos got even with the Bears, winning 4-1. Charlie Barnes improved his record to 9-6 with 6 shutout innings in the Giants' win. Dinos pitcher Jae-Hak Lee also threw 6 scoreless for his first win of the year. He is now 1-7. Thursday, Giants finished off the Eagles 10-7 for the sweep. Twins over Tigers 6-2. Bears hammered the Dinos 11-3 in the rubber match. Wiz blanked the Lions 1-0, 11 consecutive losses for the Lions. And the Landers beat the Heroes again 4-1. Wiz pitcher Young Pyo Ko lasted 7 innings on the mound, holding the Lions to 3 hits and no runs. And first baseman Ui San-jun homered twice in the Landers' win. Then came All-Star Weekend. Dae-ho Lee, playing in his final season, won the home run race, beating Hyun-soo Kim in the final round. It was the 3rd time Lee has won the home run race. The All-Star game was won by the Nanum All-Stars 6-3 in 10 innings. After the game, the players tossed Dae-ho Lee into the air several times. Lee is a big guy. Those must be some really strong players. The MVP went to 22-year-old Eagles second baseman Eun-won Jung. KBO standings at the break. Landers extended their lead to 4.5 games over the Heroes. The Heroes are now in danger of losing second place to the Twins, who are only a half game behind them. KT Wiz, winners of 9 of their last 10, are in 4th. Nowhere near the 3rd-place Twins, but they grew their lead to 2 games over the 5th-place Tigers. Tigers hold that last playoff spot by 4 games over the Giants. Bears are 2 behind the Giants. Lions took an 11-game losing streak into the break and are now 7.5 out in the playoff race. Dinos are a game behind the Lions. Eagles look like they'll finish dead last for the 3rd straight season. They have lost 6 in a row and 9 of their last 10. This week in the KBO, they're off till Friday. On the weekend, we'll see Tigers at Giants, Wiz at Eagles, Twins at Dinos, Landers at Bears, and Lions at Heroes. The CPBL already had a first-half champion going into last week, and that is the Rakuten Monkeys, who have guaranteed themselves a place in the postseason. But there was still a week to go, and the remaining games do matter, as overall record will help determine the other playoff teams and home field advantage. Big loss for the brothers heading into the second half. Teddy Stankiewicz has left the team for family reasons. The 28-year-old pitcher ends the season with a 4.08 ERA over 86 innings. Tuesday, Lions were blown out by the Dragons 11-3. Jake Brigham almost went the distance, going 8 1/3, allowing only 2. And the brothers took care of the Guardians 8-2. Francisco Peña hit a 3-run homer in that one. Wednesday, Monkeys kept racking up the wins 9-2 over the Dragons. Tzu Peng Huang improved to 6-1 for the season, allowing just 1 over 7 innings. In the battle for second place, brothers blanked the Lions 2-0. A 3-hit shutout for Jose De Paula, his 3rd complete game shutout of the season. Thursday, Dragons over Monkeys 5-3. Lions won easily over the Guardians 10-3. Friday, just 1 game, Dragons beat the Guardians 5-2. Drew Gagnon got the win. He is now 7-2. Saturday, brothers topped the Dragons 3-1, and Monkeys over the Guardians 8-5. Another big game for Lee Lin, 4 hits, 3 batted in. Sunday, brothers and Guardians ended in a 5-5 tie after 12 innings. CPBL standings, Monkeys and brothers are finished for the first half. Monkeys win it by 4.5 games over the second-place brothers. Lions are 5 back with 1 game remaining, so they can tie the brothers with a win in their final game. Dragons have 1 game left. They can finish over 500 if they win it. Guardians, 2 games left. After a disastrous first half of the season, they'll be looking forward to starting over with a clean slate this weekend. Just 2 makeup games left and the first half is complete. Guardians are at home to take on the Dragons today. Tomorrow they'll head to Tainan to visit the Lions. And that will be the end of the first half. Wednesday and Thursday are off. On Friday, it's Guardians at Dragons and Monkeys at Lions to start the second half. In Mexico, a wild week in the LMB. North leader Tecolotes were unexpectedly swept by Saltillo during the week, while Toros de Tijuana won their series over Rojos. That put Toros in the top spot, but they had to face South leader Pericos de Puebla over the weekend. Saturday, Francisco Ferrero hit the walk-off single to give Pericos a 3-2 win. But on Sunday, Nick Williams homered twice, leading Toros to an 11-6 win and a 1-1 tie for the series. Tecolotes, meanwhile, won 2 out of 3 from Tabasco. Just 3 weeks left in the regular season, and Toros hold the lead in the north by a game and a half over Tecolotes. Monterrey has been moving closer lately, 4.5 out now. Monclova is 4th, 7.5 out. Laguna 5th, Saltillo 6th. Top 6 make the playoffs. Aguascalientes is 2 games out in the playoff race, followed by Guadalajara and Durango. In the south, it's going to be a fight till the end for playoff positions. Pericos' lead at the top stays at 2 games. Diablos Rojos trail by 2. Tabasco and Quintana Roo are 3 back. Veracruz is 3.5 back. Yucatan 5 games out. Pretty obvious that those will be the 6 playoff teams, but they could finish in any order. Oaxaca, Campeche, and León are the bottom 3. The 30th edition of Haarlem Baseball Week continued last week as national teams from the Netherlands, Italy, and Curacao, the national champion from Cuba, and collegiate all-star teams from Japan and USA finished up their 5-game round-robin. This is how it looked at the end. Japan was a perfect 5-0, Curacao and USA 3-2, Netherlands and Italy 2-3, and Cuba 0-5. But in the semis, Japan fell to the host country 2-1. In the other semifinal match, Curacao beat USA 3-2 to set up an all-Dutch final. Cuba picked up their first and only win of the tournament, 5-1 over Italy in the 5th-place match. USA over Japan, 5-1 for the bronze. A disappointing end for Japan after going undefeated in the round-robin. Then in the finals, the Netherlands beat Curacao 6-1 behind 7 strong innings from former Major League pitcher Chiron Martís. This was the 5th gold medal for the Netherlands, now tied with Cuba for the second most. USA has the most with 14. Postseason is underway in Germany. The quarterfinals in Baseball Bundesliga got started with 2 games in each series over the weekend. On Saturday, North Division champion Bonn was upset by Mainz, the 4th seed from the South. South champion Regensburg annihilated Doran 15-0. South number 2 Heidenheim over North number 3 Hamburg 13-10. Sunday, Regensburg shut out Doran again to go up 2-0 in the best-of-5 series. Bonn beat Mainz to even up the series, and Heidenheim crushed Hamburg to go up 2-0. There's one series missing here, that's Haar and Paderborn. That was postponed. They'll have to play a best-of-3 next weekend while the others play games 3, 4, and 5. 1 game on Saturday, 1 early on Sunday, and the final game, if necessary, later on Sunday. 4 teams remain in Czech Baseball Extraliga. The 15-game round-robin stage of the postseason came to an end on Sunday. The semifinals start this week. Drosy Brno grabs the top seed with a record of 11-4. They won 2 out of 3 from Trebek Nuclears over the weekend. Rosy Brno finished second after winning their series with Eagles Praha. Third-place Tempo won their series with Eros Ostrava. Eagles finished 4th with a record of 6-9. And that is the cutoff for the next round, which means that Eros, the defending champions, are done. They and Nuclears are eliminated. The top 4 move on to the semis. And that is all for this one. Until next time, this is Baseball International. See ya.